Hey guys, welcome back to the English Gentleman Gamer with me, Roscoe. A bit of a change this week. Rather than continuing my quest to find the worst game ever, I thought I'd play a retro game that's actually pretty good. It is a little bit depressing only playing the shittest retro games, to be honest, so I fancied doing something different. And the other day, last week actually, it was a week ago today, I was in a position where I could spend a lot of time on the old PS3, and I went through a list of games I'd previously downloaded and it was willing to let me download again. And one of them was this one, Samurai Showdown from the Neo Geo. One of my few, I wouldn't quite call it regret, but something I wish I could do something about if it was a bit cheaper, was to be actually own a Neo Geo. It was the only console I never played or owned way back when, in the old 16-bit days. Excuse me. And I wish I'd had a go. I mean, I remember looking with envy at the adverts in the back of CVG magazine or Games Master, people selling, the Neo Geo cartridges for 150 quid and such like. But anyway, back to the game. Samurai Showdown. I've never played it before. I read a couple of reviews, said it was not bad. I have to say I was a bit surprised it didn't bother changing the language to English. Not because I insist on having everything in English, but I really had no fucking idea what's the point, to tell you the truth. That's a small point. Graphics wise, I was a bit surprised that it wasn't quite as detailed as I thought it was going to be. Some of the other Neo Geo games I've played in the past on the PS3 look a bit better than this, and the likes of Sonic, which was on a Genesis, looked better, considering this machine was much more powerful than the Genesis. It's slightly strange that the Sonic games and Altered Beast and what was the one I played, Golden Axe, all look better than this, I thought, overall. I mean, I like the background outside of the playing screen sort of thing, but the actual, I wasn't hugely impressed with the sprites. But anyway, so the gameplay wise, just to let you know my playing style, it used to be, that was a fluke by the way, it used to be I would religiously sit and read whatever Games Master, Complete Video Games, Mean Machines, whatever magazine had the guide, and try and memorise all the moves for the likes of Final Fight's not really got that many moves, but certainly Street Fighter 2 Turbo is the one game I spent a lot of time trying to learn how to play, if you will, and it never really worked. I even went as far as buying the, what was it called, some sort of touchpad thing for the Super Nintendo where you're supposed to be able to run your thumb round the pad really quickly and easily, and anyway, it was a lot of bollocks. I spent 20 quid on this pile of shit pad that was supposed to make that 360 pile driver move of Zangief, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, supposed to make that move easier, a lot of bullshit, it never worked. And that was one of the many joypads that got thrown on the floor in frustration that game, but anyway. So, anyway, I've changed my style now to button mashing, because my sister used to beat me. I'd sit there trying to pull off, dragon punches and shit, and she'd just mash buttons and beat me. So I decided, bollocks, I'd had a couple of beers by this point, and I'm just pressing buttons basically. I mean, I tried sort of what you would now consider sort of generic special move things, down, forward, and punch or whatever, but if I did pull off a special move, it was a fluke. I have to say I didn't really enjoy the gameplay all that much. The sound I thought was good, and the characters were interesting, although, a one-on-one game like this, you're going to have to presume they all kind of copy Street Fighter to a certain degree. I did give it another go after this. I did try again, I did use one of my continues. I mean, the idea of having a dog in there with you, I'm not quite sure what that is. There's a power meter that I never quite got able to take advantage of. The people in the background there are moving a little bit too fast, really, I thought. I mean, the background graphics were okay. I think they're quite nice, sort of thing I would. I like this, by the way, it's showing you how to make certain moves. Or perform, pull off, whatever. Certain moves I thought was quite good. I'm sure I went for a different character. This is only in because I couldn't be bothered skipping past it, basically. Fighting games in general aren't really my cup of Earl Grey, I'm afraid, though. I'm not very good at them. I haven't got the patience to learn them properly. Street Fighter 2 was the only one I really spent a lot of time playing. I did invest quite a lot of time in Tekken 2 or 3, I think it was. And I did manage to finish it without cheating, which was easier than Street Fighter 2 in my opinion. What else did I play? Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo, that one, only because I was able to do something ridiculous like a 60-hit combo with this bird who had some sort of staff. She was quite easy to use. Oh, wait, I forgot I'd gone for a different dude this time. Similarly, incapable of actually pulling off any special moves. The one thing that annoyed me was that recently I downloaded another Neo Geo. It might have been a demo or something of a Neo Geo game they were releasing on the PlayStation Store, and I seem to remember they all had like these big sort of axes on chains or something. All the characters, and it was like a rock and roll, heavy metal type soundtrack, and it was dead easy to pull off special moves, and I found that quite enjoyable. But I also like the Marvel superhero fighting games; they were quite good. Or Marvel vs Capcom, I like them, but this sort of thing is a more traditional one-on-one 2D fighter. I'm just not very good, so as I keep getting my ass handed to me on a plate, I don't find it enjoyable. I like the effects they put in with that dog trying to attack me and chopping the apple barrel and everything. I think they're all great, but look at the background, they're all moving a bit too fast there. Yeah, it's just, I'm not sure what I was supposed to do. I'm not even sure what button I was supposed to be pressing. I even lost my sword. So I'm standing by my sword trying to pick the fucker up, but I think I do it by mistake. I do pick it up, but I might even win this round. I'm not quite sure. I thought I won one round anyway. But yeah, I'm not moving it. I'm trying to pick my sword up, and he's just picking me off for fun. Oh yeah, I've managed to pick it up again. But anyway, retro-wise, I've got that power meter thing there. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to take advantage of it. I should read the instructions really, but I was just hammering buttons here. Oh no, I didn't even win a single round, it seems. All my life energy's gone away from me. There you go, look at the crowd in the background, moving a bit too fast, you know. Yeah, a bit of the old bragging. So, thanks for watching guys, take it easy, have a good weekend, and I'll catch up with you later. Thanks for listening, bye.